we still, and I feel this myself, I think we're still kind of under this shadow of bankruptcy. And I need to be better at, really projecting like what I truly feel, which is that we're not going to go bankrupt. And I really believe that. But I also don't necessarily want to be completely out of sync with the overall mood within the market, the overall challenging nature of the cryptocurrency market in particular, where there are a lot of exchanges that, as we know, right, are going out of business, are failing. I suspect we may likely see the declaration of bankruptcy between one or more publicly traded companies within the Bitcoin mining ecosystem. All of this is going to cast a terrible pall on Stronghold Digital Mining. I mean, we can't, to some extent, yes, we want to differentiate ourselves from our peers who, again, from my perspective, cooperate with others, compete with yourself, attempt to be a good friend to all, right? You're not going to hear me speaking ill of other companies or other people. That's, I wish everybody the best, and I really mean that. But when one of us struggles and potentially goes down, it is going to cast a pall on all of us. And so I foresee a period of time where, I think what we're going to essentially have to do is prove to the market we are not going to become insolvent. We are going to stay in business. We're not going to go bankrupt. And so I've kind of been attempting to, I think, stay within that modality of thinking, because for understandable reasons, I think it's where a lot of people in the marketplace are at right now in terms of their own thinking. They look at a company like ours, the way we're being priced in terms of our, valuation, our stock price, and just our overall market cap. It really is as if though the market is pricing in bankruptcy. So I want to honor that, right? I mean, the market, I think, to a large degree, is the voice of many people, right? I disagree with the market's assessment, but I want to honor the fact that this is what the market's pricing in. And so I want to meet the conversation that's already taking place in the minds of a lot of people who might, come across Stronghold Digital Mining or have heard of us or have followed us. And, they're saying to themselves, well, this company is probably going to go bankrupt, or maybe they will, or maybe they won't. My gosh, will they or won't they? And that's kind of like the environment that we're in. So we're going to have to come in with some positive cash flow. We're going to have to continue to be constructive with cost containment. We're going to have to continue to project and execute on, we're going to have to continue to project what is really our vision for this business. And I think our friends in management have been excellent in doing so. I love the phrase, we are an energy arbitrage machine. We really are. I mean, think about it. When, PJM grid prices are favorable, we can sell the electricity that we produce to the grid, and we make money doing so. When Bitcoin mining, prices, right, are favorable, we can take the electricity that we create and we can use that electricity to run and operate our Bitcoin mining machines, or those of the individuals or companies, right? More so companies than individuals, but we could also use that electricity to power the Bitcoin mining machines of companies that that we're hosting, and that's something that we've been engaging in, and now we're sort of doing that again as a something of a temporary measure, as we attempt to stabilize things. Remember, we came into 2022 in hypergrowth mode. I mean, it's almost as if though we were going 300 miles an hour, kind of merging onto the highway, stepping on that fuel pedal, really going at like warp speed. And then suddenly it's like we've had to come to a complete stop. And now we're deleveraging and we're trying to just kind of hunker down to not only survive through this crypto winter, but to really come out as one of the winners. So it's been a challenging year. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's no reason to sugarcoat it. There's no reason to even be ashamed of it. I mean, I think it's great that a business can be as dynamic as ours, where we can start the year with a certain set of assumptions based on data that's available at that time, and that then we can course correct as new data becomes available, and as we realize, hey, we're going to have to change, the way we do things if we want to survive and thrive into the future, because it's always going to be a lot more fun, right, to see how this all unfolds if we're still in business. Going bankrupt just for the sake of, cranking out more Bitcoin, or, boosting our hash rate. Hey, we're going to, to the moon, right? That sounds wonderful, but if it doesn't make economic sense, it just doesn't make sense at all then. It's been a remarkable year. It's been a crazy year in a lot of ways. You know what I'm trying to get at? Just with everything going on macroeconomically, geopolitically, very, very challenging environment to say the least. But we have done incredibly well, taking all of that into consideration. And so going into 2023, I have conservative yet constructive, I think, goals, for our business, which align with those of management. Really, if anything, I'm just a little bit more conservative. But as I said before, I'll be the first person to cheer if we meet or beat, these goals. And so, are we going to go bankrupt? No, we're not going to go bankrupt. Okay, are there uncertainties, and are there things that are outside of our control that could affect any business? Well, of course, of course. But insofar as where we're at right now, both from a financial perspective as well as how we've kind of, reorganized the business to better, operate in the environment that we're in great shape. We really, really are in great shape. Okay, that's all for now. Have a great rest of the day.